Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. It's Monday morning, which means, as always, it's time for our weekly painting progress. And lo and behold, I've got something from my brother. He actually did get some stuff painted. This is something that I printed, actually. This is one of Anvil Digital Forge's Void Troopers. These are their deep space miners, I believe. Gotta say, I'm liking the results. Now, I did not print the base. That's entirely him. But I'm digging the hazard yellows and oranges there. So this is, I guess, the close combat version. I don't think he's an officer. But then he also went ahead and got one of the heavy weapons specialists. Maybe he can chime in and let me know which weapons are which, because I don't remember. Quite colorful. The flight suit reminds me of an X-Wing pilot suit. Is that intentional? I'm not sure. We've got a basic trooper serviceman. I'm really digging the colors. Also reminds me a bit of the suits that the Nostromo crew had. And just like all the other Anvil Digital Forge figures, if you've got one, they are completely compatible with everything else in the range. And finally, we have another trooper with a shield. That's kind of nice. Good job, Percival Sparkletrout. So yeah. Even when you have a mediocre print job, a nice paint job elevates them considerably. So hopefully we'll see more of those Void Troopers from him. I know he's given me a whole queue of further Anvil figures to be printing for him along with their big giant robots. So hopefully we will be seeing that in the near future from him. All right, on to my stuff. So I'm not happy with those eyes, but I was playing around with painting up another of those Albino Raven Hazmat Heavy Weapon Team crews. He is considerably bigger than the Anvil stuff, but then again, he was considerably bigger to begin with. The Anvil figures are much more, 28 millimeter in size, whereas the Anvil or Albino Raven is significantly larger. Looking through my pile this week, okay, I'm looking for stuff that I printed. This was one of the shapeshifters from Titanforge's Bloodfield Kickstarter campaign. It's supposed to be a werebear. Very quick and simple paint job. I'm not happy with the face, but it was attempted nonetheless. He's a big dude. He's supposed to be big. I put him on a 32 millimeter base. I mean, he's a bear after all. Thought I saw something else I printed. Where did you go? A Comet Lord model. I'm going to have to double check what his name is officially. I don't remember. I didn't do the best job printing it, but I figured let's put it to use. He was like a psionic psychic hero or something like that. But on the other hand, he looks very similar to some of the cultists that Comet Lord's done before. Maybe they're related, I'm not sure. I know they have the cultists available right now on their Patreon, so if you do want to check that out, as well as a massive, crazy looking monster dude that I will show you later this week, because I am going to film it as soon as I finish this. And yeah, I think that's actually all of the printed stuff. I actually did a lot of good old-fashioned model build. Oh, I take that back. Okay. We grabbed an old Blood Rage model. Can I say it's old? It's been a few years now. Just a quick and easy paint job. Wanted to get him out of the way. He'd been sitting around for a while. I have a few more. I don't actually own Dynasty Invasion, the expansion that he came from, but I've got plenty of the figures that came in it. Okay. As I was saying, I did have two other printed items, and those were some of the plants from the Print Your Monsters Fantastic Plants and Rocks. And look at this, just real simple, quick and easy paint job. Came out nice. I'm thinking I might print a few more, make some nice impassable terrain. And we'll definitely put a link down below to the current campaign, which has a ton of stuff already unlocked, if you guys want to check that out. And speaking of things to unlock, I'm happy to see that RGG Gaming has funded their Kickstarter for Satyrs, Scythians, and Amazons. I forget which ones are going to be officially coming first. I want to say the Amazons. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But what you should do then is actually go to the Kickstarter page, because there is a really good deal, and I got one of their fawns from the previous campaign. Got another one painted up just for the excuse to talk about that, because it did fund, and I am eagerly looking to see what they do. Nobody makes Scythians or, more traditional Amazons. And if you're worried about the thinness, bear in mind he is not human, and supposedly they have started to rectify their plans for making thicker, bigger, larger models. So do take a look at that. And it's going to be all in hard plastic like this guy was as well. And there were some female ones. I thought I had one. Oh, I do. I didn't paint her this week, but she was just hanging around. One of the female fawns. So you can get those too if you want. What I did do this week was dig out a bunch of those Saxon guys and started getting them painted up. Some came out better than others, and I was doing weird patterns, and then I forgot that I had these laying around, which would be perfectly functionable. Another Saxon. I don't know where half these parts came from on some of them. I do know he's made out of Frostgrave stuff. But I am 99% sure that actually is a Saxon body with bits from other places. One more Saxon. And you know who's going to have to fight some Saxons? Ooh, you might need to get sprayed down again, my friend. Maybe I'll put a transfer on your shield. You know who needs to fight Saxons? Vikings. Vikings need to fight Saxons. Yeah, his eyes are funky, but his helmet is in the way. But other than that, I think he came out okay. And now we've lost focus. Oh, there you go. So this is actually from the Victrix kit. Hopefully we will be putting out a review of the Victrix models soon. They are really, really nice, and they have all sorts of fun parts for future conversion potential, but just really nicely cast. And then, I mean, not to say that the Saxons were badly cast, but they're starting to show their age, and even more so than them are the Gauls from Wargames Factory. I could not get half of these guys in reasonably normal looking poses, but I tried. I really tried. And I figure I've got them. I got a box for like $10. I'll put a video out on it eventually. And I figure why not try to, actually use them since I've got them. So painted a couple up. And probably next week I'm going to have even more, because I've been plowing away at them. We got one more model from the SPQR box for the Gauls all finished. Speaking of Gauls, I think he came out okay. I tried to match the artwork on the box for painted job. Should have done something on that shield. Maybe I will still. I like the figure. I don't like its construction. It is super, super unbalanced. I mean, it's like the horse is supposed to be turning, but also it's just very thinly attached to that base. I guess that is one of the downsides of the resin that they use, whereas the metal one, I would imagine, would have been a lot more sturdy, possibly. But he's done, and he's based, and he's not going anywhere. See, he's already leaning even more, so I don't know what to do. If you guys have any suggestions, by all means, let me know how to get him straightened out. And because we need more horsies, I started working on the Fireforge Albion Knights, and I'm not super pleased with this guy, but I just did a quick job just to give it a try, just to see what they were like, and eventually we'll put a review up of them as well. I'm not liking how I did that helmet at all. I should go back and do it, but I love their flails. And since I've been trying to learn how to play Lion Rampant, I figure I'm going to need some cavalry at some point, so those guys should do the job quite nicely. as we round things up, we've got another Avatara from Conquest. I had to think about that for a sec. I painted one up a while back, and I wasn't super pleased with it. It's okay. I thought it was kind of plain, and for as fancy and as decorative and unique as these are all supposed to be, I thought it was just kind of dull. So I tried to make this one a little bit more interesting. Obviously, they can still work together quite easily, and hopefully the plan is that I will now, since I'm kind of happy with the paint choices we used on this guy, I don't know if it's a male or a female, since they're kind of mind-controlled, drones for the most part. I'm finally going to get around to doing one of the highboard lineage as well. So since that's done, I really, really would like to see some kind of further upgrades for the Avatar. I just feel like there's not enough parts available for them, and considering, they could be battle line or whatever, they could be your main force, I'd like to see even more options for them, but that's just me being picky. Finally, to round things out, we went ahead and finished off the last model I needed from Echoes of Death. This is the Necromancer, and I did a horrible job of cutting her off the sprue. You can see those nasty gash scars on her legs there, but other than that, she's done. She's okay. It ain't going to win any awards, but that was not the plan in the first place. In addition to her, we went ahead and got Satan done with her Atnus piece there. I might have to go back and do something to add a bit more pizzazz. It's not the greatest paint job, I will admit, but it's finished. She's done. Good enough. And then we went ahead and did Winter Solstice Lucy. Again, very simple, very basic paint job, but she's finished. I feel like I should do the trim on the cape, but I should probably touch up the skin as well. Something we can do later. So, that's what we got for this week. Hopefully next week, I'm going to start trying to focus on some of the larger, bigger pieces that are laying around in the house, waiting to get painted. And I'm thinking I will be putting a poll up on Patreon if you guys want to join me there and let me know where we should head with big things that need to be painted. But not a bad haul. Next week for sure, we are definitely going to have a whole bunch more historical guys, because that's what I've been playing around with. And hopefully I'm going to put some more satyrs and fawns. I don't have any satyrs. I definitely have fawns though. Let's see if we can get a few more finished up. And like I said, make sure to check out the links below, which as always we are more than happy to provide if you guys want to chase down some of this stuff yourselves. With that said, hopefully all of you out there are staying safe, staying busy, and staying involved and making sure you're getting your armies painted, because I don't know about you guys, but it is absolutely looking like we're going to be getting our vaccines here very soon for work. So hopefully in the near future we will be able to be safely gaming again on the tabletop. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.